Coming back quickly with a little update. So, per my last live, I was most definitely talking about the Berg or Weisenstein. Yeah, Weisenstein, right? Or is it Berg? One of the two. I forgot which one it was, but just know his first name is Harvey, and he has been able to get his the ruling of his court case overturned. Let me say that over. He was able to get his judgment overturned because the judge had too much prejudice, and I don't have to tell you my sources all over again when it comes to, you know, information and all that. I'm not going to repeat it, but I will say that I have to just give credit where credit is due, just real quick. You know, Karen Freeman is a prosecutor on the Midas Touch Network, Midas Touch YouTube channel, network. Phenomenal source. Go check her out. I just had this question and she gave an answer, so that's why I'm coming back to you and letting you know that most definitely the judge was cited as being too prejudiced because he let additional information in that should not have been within the case. And so, with that being said, she said that that may have something to do with uh, the case that's currently going on with the former president, with Judge Mershon currently presiding over that case. It may have an effect on it. Maybe why it's happening all of a sudden, but some things can just ironically happen, right? It's ironic. So we'll leave that there where it stands until we get further evidence to conclude that, most definitely. And then, in addition to that, I just want to say that so far, she said that it could apply, the ruling there could apply to the former president's trial that's going on now. But it looks like all that's involved within this case, and I don't know what all witnesses is on the list, but what I can say from this far, it looks like it's going to be like the witnesses are pretty legit witnesses. Looks like they're credible witnesses um, because both of their testimonies are lining up. And what are you supposed to do when you are working for someone, in which in this case the president instructs you to do something, your chain of command, you are going to do it. And that's why it's important that we get presidents that can operate in their line of duty, aka their office, and in authority the correct and proper way. Because we don't want a to be submissive to a king. And that's why our democracy, our law protects us within this land, and we have to honor that. The law is here for a reason at the end of the day, and it keeps checks and balances in order as well. And there is no one in any type of office that is above that. Okay? And so we trust that the right decisions will be made going forward. However, there is some judges that's willing to justify that wrong could win, not, that they do not understand that something is wrong, but they intentionally, their judgment is intentionally to favor the wrongdoing because they want people to get away with wrongdoing. And what am I talking about? With this recent ruling that just occurred with the mother that was on meth and she killed her baby, she need to be in jail. She needs to be in jail. Period. And I was listening, you know, it and I just don't understand how people can justify something like that as right. But again, it's not that judges in their position in the cases that they preside over, it's not that they don't understand that their ruling is wrong. They intentionally do that so another wrong ruling can be excused and be looked over. I get the drift of what's going on here, but judges in cases, and I didn't hear all that case, so I can say that I am being very biased right now and probably impartial, because I have not listened to what all that case, concerned, but just from the outline of it, a mother on meth killed her baby. You need to be in jail, period. I don't even really need any underlining clauses or clues or context, because you got high. That was a choice. We all make mistakes. Yes, we do. But you killed your baby. Yeah. And maybe down the line, you know, you get yourself together, get you some help, but pushing you back out there just to get high and then think about it to maybe hurt someone else or endanger someone else the next time you decide to get high. No, you need to be held accountable for that. And so when do we think that, just like with Harvey case, Weinstein, just like with his case, he's most definitely, he's most definitely, even though the judge may have been, have not, even though the judge wasn't unbiased or he wasn't impartial, it doesn't mean that all those women that he raped or sexually assaulted, it doesn't mean that he gets to go free. It just means that maybe that same judge won't oversee the case, preside over the case, or maybe it yeah. I don't see how all the other evidence will not be looked at and determined just because of that. You the case is still solid. When you don't have a solid case, little things like that may matter, but it's a major, because you know you may people will change anything into their narrative, but at the same time, it's still a solid case. So when Judge Mashan and the former president Dent's case, when he take up that contempt, case, that he may do some jail time. Yes, he may do some jail time for contempt. All those, I think this was the second gag order that he violated or something like that. And it'll be unfortunate, but this is what he chooses to do. It's like, you can't touch me. I'm that guy. I'm bad like that. I'm bad and you know it. Yeah. I believe he is sincerely going to go to jail. Yeah. I mean, when the judge tell you not to, you've already insulted his family, and then crying about it's not a just trial for you because the judge don't like you and all this stuff like this. No, I think he very well is planning on being impartial and judging the case in the right way, because you could have been locked up and he didn't lock you up. So if he hated the former president that bad, I believe, with without a doubt, he would have already been in jail because he already violated the first gag order. Now, this second one, I don't know. Mm. You got to do what's right. You have to do what's right at the end of the day. And, you know, it's just, it's really unfortunate. I would hate, to see that happen, but at the end of the day, the judge, I promise he gave a fair warning. Um, it started off a little rough. He still, was able to have court and everything, and you went right back out there and did it. So we'll see what happens. I think it's on Wednesday. On Wednesday, if the former president gets locked up or not. But it'll just be a sign if he gets locked up. It'll just be a sign to say that there are people in authority, people in office that take their job serious. They honor their oath of office that they took, and they're going to remain true to that. And when you're dealing with a person or an official with such pride and good pride and seriousness and dignity and integrity about their work, you can't just do anything like that, especially when they already pretty much let you know what they're about. So we'll see how this we'll see how it all, happens. And I'm still going to believe miracles to lead. That's what I'm hoping for. Miracles to lead. The truth, something pure, something that, beats the odds. And I know the evil will do anything to absolutely try to make the bad appear, just because, that may be the faith or one's belief that they want to see justice, they want to see democracy. And because the wicked knows that that's the hope and that's the belief of many individuals within this nation, they would do anything, like even let a mother who got high on meth kill her baby. Yeah. Yeah, they'll let them get away with that. You know, even if it was accidental, you should do some type of jail time. Just like, the lawyer Michael Cohen. He was actually, and, you know, Mr. Pecker, Mr. Cohen, Mr. Pecker, both of them, were operating under the president's command. They have that evidence. In a situation where you're trying to make someone the ringleader with no evidence, just based off, something they said, then that would, you got to prove it. That's the thing. You most definitely have to prove it. Some speech is very incriminating. Oh, yeah, it is. But you still have to have evidence for the action at the end of the day. And so, once again, we'll see how this plays out. I know when I talk about the YSL case, I most definitely always, when I say Mr. Williams, I'm talking about the whole defense team as well, that these people are guilty of, a RICO, you know. Um, they have not proved that, they have not shown that evidence. They have not did it. And so this, it's a difference. And then within that particular situation, you have to think about, no one was crowned in a president or nothing legally anyway. So even if the narrative is to paint it like he was the one that instructed all them to get in trouble, and they just did it because they just did it because he was the commander in chief. That don't sound right, and you have to be careful about stuff like that, because you only accountable for what you do at the end of the day, especially when it's not something real like the office of a real president. So yeah, um evidence is everything. You have to have solid evidence, truthful evidence, and we just haven't seen that yet over here. And could you imagine? I mean, over there in the YSL trial, we have not seen that. And could you imagine? Because in the courtroom in New York right now, there are no cameras allowed at all in there, and I'm like, wow. Could you imagine if the former president became the president this time, and because he may still be pissed off about all this that has went on, um, could you imagine what he would try to do to every media outlet that spoke truth and all that? I don't see that as being good, just because he can't handle the small things. Like, he done went in on Judge Mashon's family and all, just because of this trial. And it's just not. So again, when I tell you to register to vote and to go vote, that's what it is. And meanwhile, while in Texas, they have said the only people that can mail in a vote got to be age 65 in Texas. Um, do you have the freedom to mail any day out of the week? The answer is yes. So you should have freedom to mail in your ballot. What's going on, and what kind of system, trustworthy systems are being set up to where we can assure that there will be a pure a pure way to vote, and these votes are really being counted? How in the world, what can happen to assure that poll workers won't, rip up, any type of ballots, or, give out the wrong information when it comes to what precinct that one needs to vote in. What can we do to make sure that if the machines all of a sudden stop working, how are votes going to be counted? It's a lot to think about as well. Um, with these, 7 months left. Um, yeah, it's a lot to think about. Will it count At the end of the day, if, you know, states keep or attempt to do foolery, I know it's people working on it, for sure, but what is really, I mean, different measures should most definitely be taken in all states. Truthful measures should be taken in all states to make sure that no vote, that every vote is counted and is counted right, and there's plenty of ballots and all that. That's important. That's worth investing in if you have some money. I can't help you, but what I can assure is when I get there, those that have been working hard and been making change in truth, yeah, I'll support. I will. Yeah. I promise. I promise to support. You got that. You got that. So, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I just wanted to come on and say that to give a quick update. Again, I don't know when I will be returning, but I will be returning. Um, Probably around November or so. Maybe. Maybe around that time. Ooh. And the more I think about it, shoot, it's only about 6 months left. This month already gone. It's already May. Might as well. It's already May now. Wow. Man, we is yeah. It's just a lot that has to be done. But I believe that the right people will be at the right place at the right time. And the election will be in truth and the votes will be counted in truth and the right way. Yeah. Yeah. I believe that. Miracles to lead. 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 That's it. That's all. That's what I'll leave you with. Thank you for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to my subscribers that I have. Is it's a little something, but not enough to keep me coming back. Oh no, oh no. You got to do better than that. So enjoy your weekend. Like I said, I don't have to pop up again for nothing. I think I've said everything that I needed to say. Remember to say your prayers, stay out of trouble, and most definitely believe. And if you can't believe, pray until you believe. And if you don't want to pray and you don't want to believe, try to do the right thing. Yeah, try to do the right thing. And I know that you can, and I know that you will. And always remember, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. No.